that typically you wouldn't suspect to be a fight song or a I'm getting ready to step into the cage and whoop some dude's butt song. So this I would classify in that.
the fight songs, so to say.
Yes. And I would not suspect Brown to walk out to Fall Out Boy. Because this really isn't that much of a fight song in my books. But I guess it could be taken as such.
Although, if you've ever been to a hockey game, you've heard this song a million times, and us being in the queue, which is a hockey rink, it's pretty suiting here that Ron Brown is coming out to, I guess, the official theme song of hockey.
I couldn't tell you. I probably have never watched a hockey game in my life.
You're not a Cyclones fan?
No, I am, I guess, just like my hometown team. Other than that, I've been to a game or two, but I've never actually paid attention to the music that's being played. Sorry I couldn't elaborate more on your subject there, David.
They're still cleaning up the cage here as we get ready for this lightweight bout. Ron Brown taking his sweet time to get into the IT Fight Series cage here. Still taking his time.
Finally makes his way.
I thought he was having second thoughts there for a second. Might pull a Matt Brown. His brother.
Ron Brown comes into this matchup 0-1. Made his amateur debut back in March at IT Fight Series when he dropped their decision loss to Silo Ramajatin.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, rolls right off the tongue there.
Cory Swartz 1-0, another Demolition Fight Team product here. The 21-year-old 1-0 has a win over Jeffrey Swink from 2 months ago. Looking to stay undefeated here. As this is our amateur co-main event.
I do want to notate that Ron Brown has the same tattoo as former UFC light heavyweight champion John Bones Jones.
Oh yeah, the Philippians Bible verse.
Yes.
Hopefully he doesn't have the same bad habits as John Jones.
What bad habits are those there, David McKinney? Just kidding. Jerry Poe, the third man in the ring, giving last minute instructions. And now Nick Hahn is ready for the fighter introductions.
Introducing first, fighting out of the corner. This man is a jiu-jitsu fighter with an inning record of no wins with only one loss. He stands 61 inches tall, weighing in at 152 pounds. Fighting out of Rexburg, Ohio, here is Ron Little Bones Brown.
Giving himself a round of applause. I was like that.
This man is a wrestler and a boxer with an inning record, one win, no losses. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing at 154 and 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Findlay, Ohio, Cory Swartz.
I don't know about you, David, but when Nick Hahn was introducing Cory Swartz there, it sounded like he said that Swartz was a hustler and a boxer.
Wrestler and a boxer.
I think he meant wrestler, but I heard hustler.
Ready to go here, amateur lightweights. Ron Brown in the black, trimmed in red. Cory Swartz in the black, trimmed in red and silver. The long black shorts. He's also the white guy. Jerry Poe's your ref.
Ooh, Brown with a nice, quick, fast lightning leg kick there. Connected.
Swartz looking for the takedown here. Grabs the neck. Looking to drag Brown to the ground, but he's back up. Brown does a wild overhand right. These guys are just all over the cage so far here early on in this first round.
Fast-paced fight. I'm liking this.
And we're back to the center here.
Swartz with the spinning back kick. Ooh,
Slips
nice.
on that little front kick and then lands a nice straight right hand.
Oh, another straight right hand. Connected right to the chin.
Interesting to know here, though, when he throws his punches, he drops his head and just kind of basically throwing blindly. Kind of winging those punches out there, those overhand rights. Definitely looking for the knockout.
Trying to set the kick up there. Oh! Swartz went for the takedown, but we had Brown jump up and get the guillotine choke locked in, but now he lets go with the choke.
Said he was a jiu-jitsu fighter here. Let's see what Brown can do on the ground against the wrestler Swartz. Brown doing a good job getting on his right hip. Looking to set up that triangle. Actually, armbar. I thought he was going for an omoplata there for a second, but transitioned to an armbar. Swartz uses that to pass. Now in side control.
Swartz transitioning over to the north-south position.
Looking to maybe lock in a north-south choke, which is a very difficult choke to defense. Ron Brown, for a second there, was turning the right way. Was going to put himself in the choke. Turning the wrong way, I meant. To his left.
Yeah.
He needs to be turning to his right here, not to his left. Looking to looking to maybe try to lock in a triangle, although Swartz is a little bit too high to do that. Swartz needs to sink in his hips here. Surprised Brown is, again, still trying, looks like he's trying to turn the wrong way as he has his hands clasped over the back of Cory Swartz.
10 seconds left here in the opening round. Great first round here between Ron Brown and Cory Swartz. Want to take a moment and give some shout outs to our sponsors here at IT Fight Series 34. Of course, the main sponsor, Elite Paving and Seal Coating. If you need your driveway, your overlay, anything done when it comes to ground, concrete, flooring, any of the such, give them a call at 419-227-SEAL. That's SEAL. Also, we have two great clothing sponsors here. We have Altercation Fight Gear. You can check them out on Facebook at Alteration Fight Gear. And, of course, Your Fight here. Check them out at yourfightgear.com or look them up on Facebook at Your Fight.
Stacy and Paul from Your Fight, one of the biggest supporters of local MMA. They sponsor probably more fighters than even they could name.
Absolutely. They are all over the country. They're out of Tennessee, but they travel Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, Virginia, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Georgia, Florida. They even have spots out in Texas. They are all over the country. So if you're looking to get sponsored for your fighter, reach out to Your Fight, hit them up, and see what they can do for you.
That was a hard first round to score one. Ron Brown looked like he was getting the better of the striking, but then Cory Swartz got the takedown, and I believe won that round with the positioning.
Well, no. Don't be calling who won rounds. You know you're wrong.
Back to the center of the cage here. Ron Brown throws a 1-2. Swartz jumps in, but gets caught by Brown there with a right hand.
Oh, wow. Nice suplex there from Cory Swartz.
Brown has control of his neck, and
he just sunk it in.
He's in, but Swartz is inside control. This is a good way for Brown to get mounted here. Do not grab a guy's neck if he is inside control. He's also could get choked out here with the Von Flue choke if.
Oh, no, that's not really. He's got technically side control, but his leg is held up.
But it's going to be extremely difficult to finish this choke here.
Absolutely.
And Cory locks in that arm triangle, looking to switch over his hips.
Right, so Swartz gets out.
Yep, and he may have this locked in
Oh,
here.
that's in. That's beautiful right there.
Has bicep grip.
Brown gives the ref the
turnover
thumbs up.
And Brown, having that little bit of a grapevine there, saved him. Swartz needed to turn over his hip, but was unable to, and now Brown is turning the wrong way. Again, but actually gets out, but now Swartz has his back. Brown rolls again, was looking for a knee bar there, I thought. Has his leg again. Swartz standing up.
So far, both fighters are showing great transitions, great groundwork here. Definitely the best that we saw tonight.
Even though, yeah, Brown, like I said, is doing a lot of things that are actually not technique-wise what you're supposed to be doing, but he's getting out of bad positions. So I guess if it works, then keep doing it.
Absolutely.
Swartz back in side control here on the top. Maybe looking here for knee on belly. You hear Gary Young in Cory Swartz's corner asking for Swartz to punish him. Brown back to his feet.
Swartz trying to tee off on him.
Brown now with the takedown. In half guard. Swartz regains his full guard here. Brown on top. Brown needs to get his hands off of the mat here, look to work either some strikes or try to pass. Does a good job. Brown back to his feet and a groin shot there. As
I didn't see a foot to the groin, but it was pretty quick there. And maybe it was he kind of like foot planted on the cup and slid off. But it was hard to tell. It was
Swartz
very quick.
was really just looking to get some space there.
Either way, there's less than 10 seconds left here in the second round of this fight.
And he will get up to 5 minutes to recover here from referee Jerry Poe. The illegal groin shot. And I'm not sure if he's going to be able to recover from this, as he seems to be in a lot of pain here. Still on the ground. It didn't seem like a lot, but I guess it was just maybe in the wrong angle or something, because Ron Brown is in a lot of pain here.
Yeah, he is.
He still is down on the ground, unable to stand up just yet.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong here, David. Since it is more than halfway through the second round, if this fight was to get stopped, they would go to the scorecards to determine the winner.
I believe that is correct. It would be a technical decision. The judges would score the first round, and then they would score the truncated second round.
Let's hope it doesn't go to that here, folks. Let's hope Brown is able to make a full recovery, or at least enough to continue the fight. And again, we have less than 10 seconds here in the second round. And it does appear, as Brown rolled over, that he is cut on the lip. His upper lip, maybe?
Or his nose.
He's signaling for the doctor to come in.
This may be an interesting examination here.
Yes.
And I don't think this fight's going to continue, as Brown still is writhing in pain here in the corner. It seems at this point almost as though it's getting worse for Brown.
It does.
At least from his reaction.
And what's kind of crazy is I've seen a fair share number of shots to the groin. I can't recall one getting a fight stopping because of a shot to the groin. At least not in recent history. So this will be a first in a while. I do see some activity here coming from the inspectors walking over to the judge, so I think this fight might get stopped here. We'll see.
And they finally get Brown back to his feet, but he still is not recovered. Referee Jerry Poe and Dr. Mark Fox still looking at Ron Brown here in the corner. And I got to believe he's going to be coming up on his 5-minute limit here for that illegal shot that he gets to recover.
Fans cheering, but I'm not really sure why. Although Brown is now standing, which is better than what he was doing.
Seems to be finally recovering a little bit. And the referee giving Ron Brown an update on the time. I wasn't able to hear what he said, though.
Although Brown did put the mouthpiece back in, so maybe he is ready to continue. All right, looks like the fight will resume.
Just a few seconds left here in the second round. These two lightweight amateur fighters, Ron Brown, Cory Swartz.
And we have just a few seconds left here.
Brown opening up here in the second round.
Jerry Poe leaping through the fighters to make sure nobody else throws a strike.
And another close round, Juan. This is probably the hardest fight of the night so far to score. And it's going to be really tough for these fighters to basically get warmed back up after that extended break there that we had in the second round.
Absolutely. It will be interesting to see if that groin shot affected Brown at all, mentally, physically, as far as is he worn out now, is he gassed? Will that affect his performance here in the third round? Although the last seconds of the second round, it didn't appear like it would. Let's see how he comes out here in the third round. Because, like you said, it's up in the air whether it's going to be Brown takes this fight or Swartz takes this fight. It could go either way. It's very interesting. And, of course, tonight's broadcast is being brought to you by none other than CageCaster.com. Check them out, www.cagecaster.com. They are a brand new company within the Ohio Valley region. If you're a promoter watching this right now, or if you're a fighter that wants to get put onto the internet pay-per-view, have your promotion contact CageCaster.com, and they'll be able to come out and give you this great live stream that you're listening to right now.
A great partner for a lot of the promotions here in the Ohio Valley and also for BluegrassMMA.com.
And here we go, folks, the third and final round.
A little bit of a slower pace here in the opening seconds as Swartz looking for a trip takedown and gets it. Brown with half butterfly guard here. Swartz puts Brown up against the cage, maybe looking to throw some ground and pound here. Brown looking to, I thought for a second maybe looking to throw up a triangle. Swartz still looking to pass here. Brown goes for an armbar, can't get it. Swartz back on top. Swartz throwing some body shots here up against the cage. Brown has a hold of him. Swartz, I thought for a second might be there looking to pass to his right. Ron Brown's left. Brown doing a good job, has that overhook there. More body shots here from Cory Swartz on top here against Ron Brown in this lightweight fight. About halfway through the third and final round.
Swartz so far, looks like he has this round locked up, and he's been in dominant position pretty much the entire round, and continues to strike to the body and to the head of Brown.
Unable to get a lot of space though to throw those strikes, as Ron Brown is on the defense here, still looking for submission attempts, and Swartz passes now to side control. Swartz has his hips in, throwing a couple knees to the body of Ron Brown here on the ground. Now has knee on belly. Turns around on top. Down a seated mount position. Throwing strikes from his back, actually. Around his back. And you hear Ron Brown laying out a pretty big scream there.
10 seconds left in the third and final round.
And
Swartz hears it and goes. Swartz comes to his feet, belts out a nice little victory scream there. Brown holding his nuts once again.
That round pretty clearly went to Cory Swartz. The first two rounds I thought were toss-ups, but
you never know how the judges are going to score it, so we won't give our opinion because we're probably wrong anyways.
another extended break here as the scorecards are being added up.
Yeah, like we said earlier, and if you're just now joining us, whenever it takes this long for the inspector to tally the judges' scorecards, it's probably going to be a split decision.
Ron Brown going back to his corner here as we are awaiting the judge's decision once again. Between these two lightweights, a couple of guys each have just one fight going into this one, but
I will say, for only having one fight apiece, this fight is going off. This fight is going off great. Both are very talented fighters, and I am looking forward to seeing what each one can bring in the future. But now we're tossing out to Nick Hahn here for the official fight announcement.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the 3 rounds of fighting, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. Judge Booker scores the fight 29-28, Brown. Judge John Howard scores the fight 29-28, Swartz. And Judge Mercer scores the fight 29-28 for your winner by split decision, Cory Swartz!
Cory Swartz going to move up to 2-0 here with a split decision victory over Ron Brown, and he is going to get to talk to Aaron Garrett.
Oh, yeah, we got your winner right here in the middle of the cage, Cory Swartz, right here from Findlay, Ohio. Man, you guys went back and forth a little bit. A little not so happy. It was actually a little what you thought. Is that taking out of the comfort zone after that 5-minute drill? A little bit. Still went down and rebuilt from there. Oh, but he still looked good. Who do you have to thank for this? My family, friends, and each one of us. So give it up, Cory Swartz.
After that fight, we are ready for our amateur main event. Will be for the bantamweight title. Dalton Brady defending against Brett North. Send it back up to Nick Hahn.